All right. Peace and greetings, YouTubers. Let's just go to the clip and then we'll talk.
I'd like to know if any of the Democrats on this committee are employing Judge Merchan's daughter.
Please tell me what that has to do with Merrick Garland.
Is she a porn star?
Oh, Goldman. That's right. He's advising. Okay.
He's advising who? What? Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here about AG.
I don't think you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No,
what you're
ain't
reading.
nothing.
Hold on.
Listen.
Order.
Mr. Chairman, that's beneath even the engagement order of your committee.
Order.
I do have a point of order, and I would like to move to take down Ms. Greene's words. That is absolutely unacceptable. How dare you attack the physical appearance of another person?
Are your feelings hurt?
Move her words down.
Aw.
Oh, girl, baby girl.
Oh, really?
Don't even play.
Baby girl? I don't think
we are going to
so.
move, and we're going to take your words down.
I second that motion.
So who will have to fail? Okay. Ms. Greene agrees to strike her words.
I believe she
Chair
should apologize.
recognizes
No.
Mr. Perry.
She should
Okay,
apologize.
hold on. Then after Mr. Perry's going to be recognized, then Ms. Greene
I'm not
has 4 minutes and
apologizing.
21
Well, then
seconds.
Okay,
you're
reserve
not
the right to
striking your
object.
words.
I am
Mr.
not
Perry.
apologizing.
Now let's go. Come on, guys.
Why don't you debate me?
Mr. Chairman, the
it's
minority.
pretty self-evident.
You're not.
Yeah, you're not.
out of order.
You don't have enough
You're out of order.
intelligence.
Chair recognizes Mr. Perry.
Okay, move to strike
I'd like to
I
strike
move to
those
strike the
words
lady's
as well.
I move to
I would
strike
like to
those
strike
the
those
lady's
as well.
words again.
That's 2 requests to strike. That's 2 requests to strike.
Oh, they cannot take the
There's
words.
another motion to strike her words again. Please
All right.
get
Okay.
your members under
Here's the
control.
correct apology. Ms. Greene, do you agree to unanimous consent to strike your words?
I repeat again for the second time. Yes, I'll strike
right.
my words,
That-
but I'm not
all right.
apologizing.
Without objection. Without
Not
objection.
apologizing.
21 seconds.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Who's
It's me.
Ms. Crockett?
I'm just curious, just to better understand your ruling. If someone on this committee then starts talking about somebody's bleach blonde, bad built butch body, that would not be engaging in personalities, correct?
A what now?
Chairman, I make a motion to strike those words.
I don't think that's a
Hold on.
part
I'm
of the.
trying to find clarification on what quality.
Chairman, motion to
I
strike
had no
those
idea what
words.
you just said.
We're not gonna do this. Look, you guys earlier literally just.
Oh,
said
You
Y'all
just
did it first.
voted to do
Y'all
it.
did it first, so you
You
don't
just
want to talk
voted to do it.
Order.
I'm trying to get
Okay.
clarification.
Look at, calm down. Calm
No,
down.
because this
I
is
would
what
like
y'all
to get
do.
through proceedings.
So I'm trying
Hey,
to get
Ms.
clarification.
Crockett, you're not
Y'all wanna
recognized.
play
Ms.
games.
Crockett.
I can't hear you with your
And
yelling.
You don't want
Calm
me to
down.
Be,
Can
no,
you please calm
don't
down?
tell me to calm down.
Calm down.
Because y'all
Please
talk
calm
noise,
down.
and then you
You're
can't
out of
take
control.
Because if I
Look,
come,
Chairman,
if I
can we
come and
send
talk
outside to
shit
take a
about
break
her,
for 5
y'all
minutes?
gonna have a
Mr.
problem.
Chairman, Mr. Chairman.
All right,
Sorry.
chair.
I don't know why
Okay.
you're
Order.
acting-
I'm not even gonna lie. I enjoyed every moment of that clapback session, and I say that because every now and then there's always that person or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 that loves to try you, right? They will get under your skin and push every button, and they just keep poking and poking because they think that you're not gonna say or do anything because of the environment that you're in. And every now and then you just gotta make an example out of somebody. So Marjorie just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, and at some point Jasmine was like, all right, since you want to push, let's push the detonate button, let's go. And that's what ended up happening to Marjorie. So good for you, Jasmine. But let me say what my bigger issue is. For me, it's the over-performative, fake outrage. Let's jump into the respectability conversation. Oh my God, I can't believe this is our Congress. These are our elected officials. This is so far beneath us. This is not the American way. And I'm like, can y'all cut the crap? Because that's honestly how Congress has always been. It's always been that way. But y'all are only doing this because now there's a black person in a position that y'all don't think they're supposed to be in. And because they done shook the table at somebody who's been an aggressor and pretty much a troll this entire time, the antagonist every single day, y'all are mad. And now all of a sudden y'all want to jump into the respectability conversation. Please cut the crap, okay? Let's not start acting like Congress has been the Von Trapp family, right? Remember in Sound of Music, there was the Von Trapp kids, and the dad would come out and blow the whistle, and the kids would be like marching in single file line, and Eleanor, Kurt, or whatever their names were, right? That has never been Congress, so let's cut the crap. Y'all are sitting here acting like this is the UK circa 1980s under Margaret Thatcher, please. Oh, the dubious behaviors far beyond the scope of the morality of the country. Like, y'all are so full of crap. I'm just like, y'all are so annoying, right? Because here's my thing, honestly. I'm at a place where I just need for there to be good policy and legislation signed into law that makes life better for everybody. That's where I'm at. So I really don't care how they get there. If that means that they got to go in the chambers and argue at 2 or 3 in the morning, go for it. I just need the stuff to get done. So no, I'm not going to jump and hop on the respectability parade and try to lead the charge mainly because Marjorie Taylor Greene bit off more than she could chew. It's not my fault she got her butt handed to her. Too bad, so sad. Because when it comes to somebody like a Marjorie Taylor Greene, she is an unserious politician to me. I don't see her as somebody who actually cares about the well-being of the American people. To me, she's somebody that's there to distract and obstruct and to stir chaos. It's all about her brand and her ego and whatever movement she thinks she's leading. She's unserious, right? Everything is a joke. If you look at how she operates and moves, it's crazy how people have let her slide with so much. But then everybody wants to get mad at Jasmine. In reality, like I said, y'all are just mad at Jasmine as who she is in the place that she is because y'all don't think she's supposed to be there. That's really what the conversation is for a lot of y'all. And then the people on the other half of the argument, too many of y'all worry about what everybody else thinks about us. You spend too much time worried about folks who are going to see us the same anyway. It doesn't matter. So F all that. That's where I'm at with that. But for me, Marjorie's an unserious politician. Like, she's like that kid that gets on everybody's nerves in the classroom. Right? She is that kid where it's collectively understood that you just tune her out, right? She gets on the kids' nerves, she gets on the teacher's nerves, the teacher's called the parent, the teacher's talk to the principal, nothing gets done. So everyone just knows to tune out Marjorie, and Marjorie sits in a special seat on the side of the class, right? Teacher will be teaching, Marjorie stands up and starts screaming and wailing, and everybody just tunes her out. Gets no attention, right? Marjorie is that kid when the class goes on a field trip. Marjorie, everybody already knows Marjorie will be with the teacher the whole time. Marjorie will not be with the chaperone and the groups of kids. Nope, she will be on the bus sitting next to the teacher. They will be at the museum and she'll be standing next to the teacher. They will break for lunch and the kids got the Capri Suns and the Lunchables and she's sitting right there with the teacher while the teacher's eating her Yoplait, right? And then again, on the bus ride back to class, Marjorie's next to the teacher. That's the way Marjorie has been acting in Congress, and people let her get away with so much. So listen, I enjoyed watching somebody drag her a little bit because honestly, she deserves it. But here's my thing. And you can see that she's so unserious because even when she has the interaction with AOC and she's like, oh, debate me, you know, because you don't have the intelligence for it. And I'm like, why would y'all debate? Unless you two are running against each other, there's no reason for you to debate. Again, waste of time. So that's why I'm like, I can't take her serious. And it's so funny because you watched her be given so much to the point where Kevin McCarthy gave her, you know, a committee seat or a committee assignment, right? All because he wanted a position of power. And so he caved into Marjorie. Look where that got him. What's he doing right now? Probably at home watching MASH reruns because he's no longer in Congress. Got ousted from being Speaker of the House and then decided, I'm just going to quit Congress. Like, look where that got you, okay? Silly games, silly prizes. If there's a lesson to be learned here, it's also to understand that if you're going to try to go after somebody's looks, you need to make sure you measure up, right? I was like, the lack of self-awareness, Marjorie. The lack of self-awareness. You set yourself up with that one. And it's also interesting because I've seen the term ghetto used a whole lot all of a sudden, right? Like I said, when it's black folks in some of these positions, the minute our personality comes out, we automatically get thrown into the ghetto bubble. And I'm like, really? That's how we're moving, huh? Okay. And then again, I look at somebody like a Marjorie. Marjorie's somebody that can get away with going and trolling the victims of the Parkland school shooting, right? Going and trolling teenagers who watch their friends be slaughtered at school. But nobody has anything to say. That doesn't fall under the ghetto category. That's acceptable, right? You know, you can watch her go and troll veterans during the State of the Union, right? Veterans who have come back from war and got all kind of medical issues and everything else. You can watch her shout out and troll them, but that's okay, right? That doesn't get to fall under the ghetto conversation. That's her giving it to him and, you know, not being politically correct, really shaking the table. Because again, we had a whole person become president running under that brand of the idea of, yeah, we're done with political correctness. Let's just give it to him. So Marjorie can give it to him, but when Jasmine gives it to Marjorie, and all of a sudden Jasmine's ghetto. Okay, right? You know, she is the same person, and I'm still talking about Marjorie, who can tell a journalist to F off. And again, people reward her for that. That's why I'm like, y'all are so funny with the double standards. But let me tell you where I really was like, oh, I know this person ain't talking. George Santos. First of all, I saw the tweet. The tweet said, Jasmine is the most unsavory person in Congress. She acts like she's in the hood with her homegirls. Girl, shut up and stop acting like a damn fool, with the rolling eyes emoji. I said, I know good and well that ain't who I think it is. Not George Santos, not the one who lied about his mom dying in 9/11. Like, who does that? Right? This is the one time I would stand behind them Nicki lyrics on Bigfoot. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. This is the same guy who lied about his ethnicity for some reason, the guy who lied about his work experience, who lied about his education, who committed welfare fraud, who committed identity theft, who used taxpayer dollars on Botox, who has been indicted, and who also got expelled from Congress. If anybody should not be talking, it's you, George. You just go to the library, sit down, and be quiet. That's your job at this moment. And then it got funnier because it's like, folks start coming out of the woodworks when they want to police how black people respond to nonsense, right? Even Tommy Lauren showed up. I said, Tommy Lauren? We ain't seen you since 2021. This is what Tommy tweeted. We are being governed by wannabe influencers. Is this Congress or an audition for the next installment of The Flavor of Love on VH1? Tommy, please, if there's anything you want to be mad about, you should be mad at the fact that Candace Owens took your spot. And you see where she's at, honestly, like I said, when you build your foundation on clownery, eventually people move to a new circus because your tricks get old. So we haven't seen you in a few years, Tommy. This is not going to be your come up back into relevancy, so you can continue to also go to the library and have a seat and be quiet. Right? Nonsense. But really, when I look at all this, it kind of reminds me of a lot of the things that black people deal with in the workplace. When you talk about the microaggressions that people throw at us all the time, especially towards black women, they got to deal with it all the time, right? And then when people get tired and respond, then everybody acts like it's the end of the world. It was very noticeable that when Marjorie said what she said, yes, there were some people who defended Jasmine, but it was almost like they just moved with like it was all fine and dandy, to the point where they voted and did not have that stricken from the record, right? So then when Jasmine responds, what do we see happen? The same Marjorie who was all big and bad and I'm not apologizing. Oh, are your feelings hurt? Next thing you know, I want that stricken from the record. Strike that from the record. And now all of a sudden everybody jumps on code and they're talking about the decorum and everything, and they're telling Jasmine she needs to calm down. I was like, y'all are so full of it. Full of it. So that's why I'm like, for anybody who wants to jump on the respectability thing and talk about how embarrassed they are, if there's anything to be embarrassed about, it should be more so the fact that this country should be embarrassed that in many circumstances, y'all have elected the lowest of low people to represent us. That's more so the thing to be embarrassed about, not the fact that somebody who is the lowest of low got told about themselves. Anyway, the funniest bit for me is when it comes to Marjorie, at this point, her political legacy will be the 6 Bs. So enjoy that. When people think of you, they will think of that. So you know what? You jumped out there and couldn't swim and you drowned. Too bad, so sad. Anyway, for those who keep acting like all of a sudden this is the worst that it's ever been, I need y'all to go back and look up American politics. Like, please go back and look up Broderick and Terry, okay? That's when you want to see some nonsense in American politics. Go back and look that kind of stuff up. This is nothing new under the sun. Our politicians have been a mess for the longest. So let's not all of a sudden get brand new because you don't like the face of who it is right now because of how they look. That's how y'all are really moving. Y'all think y'all slick. We see right through it. Cut the nonsense. Anyway, I'm out. Share your 2 cents. Subscribe.